everyone, I'm Haley. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about two Colourpop palettes. So these are not new, but they're palettes that I had been eyeing for a long time, basically since they came out. And it's the Bare Necessities palette and the Stone Cold Fox palette. And I've been using these, they're a little bit dirty, because I've been trying to use them as much as I can to give you guys a good review. I started off trying to do a first impression and it went horribly wrong. So I ultimately decided, you know what, I am just going to try out these palettes for a couple of weeks and then give you guys my full thoughts on both of them. So I got these two in a set through Colourpop's website. It's the Bold and Bare set for $64. However, I also used an influencer's code and got, I think, like 10% off or something like that. So I didn't pay quite that much. Let's start with the Bare Necessities palette. This is the palette that I have on my eyes right now, and the description says our new 30 pan shadow palette will change your makeup game forever. 30 new shadows in buttery mattes, rich metallics, and blinging glitters in the most wearable shades ever. This baby is a necessity. Create any look from your everyday look to a sultry glam look. You won't put this palette down. Okay. I have so many thoughts on both of these palettes. So Bare Necessities, out of the two, I like the Bare Necessities better. I will make sure to insert swatches here. I want to fully show you the swatches.
So first we have Idle Hour in the Buff, Silk Teddy, On Holiday, Rumored, and Banter. For row 2 we have Full Expose, Tease Me, The Talk, Hustler, Complicated, and Crack On. Now on to row 3, we have Hot Gossip, All For You, Designer Duds, Spree, Act a Fool, and Cufflinks. Row 4, we have Hot, Fuzzy, Tabloid, Genie, Taboo, and Dutch Process. And for our last row, we have Velveteen, Pix Fix, Stiletto, Revel, Baubles, and Spyglass.
Here's the thing about the swatches though, and this is for both palettes, the swatches are different from what you see on the eyes. So with this Bare Necessities palette, it looks beautiful. I mean, when you look at it, this to me looks like the perfect palette. I love the mattes. They are super easy to blend, really creamy, beautiful. I love the mattes. The problem is with the shimmers, the metallic. First of all, these have really bad kickback and even worse fallout. This is like one of the only eyeshadows that I actually have to do my eyes before I put on any base makeup because the shimmer is like everywhere. And that's when I use my finger, that's when I use a brush. It doesn't bother some people, but as somebody who tends to like to do my base makeup first, I don't like that. There's some I think that show up really well, and mainly it would be this shade here. That's just the one I have on my eyes today. It's Genie, and it's really pretty, but it's really patchy. Like, it took me many times with my finger, with a brush, to actually get it to completely cover my eyelids without being patchy. I do really like the mattes though. Like, if you're more of a matte person, you might really like this palette. If you're more into mattes than shimmers, you might actually really like this palette. Yeah, there's just so much fallout, and the shimmers are just so patchy that I don't think I can in good conscience recommend this palette to anyone. And it's so weird because I know that people love this palette. I don't know if like mine's old or mine is a dud or what. However, I do need to say that the finished look with this palette, I always really like. So if you have the time to really work with this and try to make a really pretty eye look, I mean, I really like the eye look I have right now. I think it's really pretty, but it took so much work to get there, you know? And it's just such a disappointment because it's a beautiful color story. If you love neutrals, this is for you. The shimmers look so pretty in the pans and they swatch so pretty, but on the eyes, they just don't. And I use my normal eyeshadow primer that I do with everything, which is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So it's not like I've done anything different there. So definitely, if you're gonna buy this, mattes, beautiful, blend like a dream. Shimmers, would not recommend, so much fallout. Make sure you do your eyes first. Now we have the Stone Cold Fox palette. So the description for this one says, glam rock just got a new look. This 30 pan cool tone palette is everything you need and more. Ultra cool mattes and glimmering metallics create the perfect combo to take your look from everyday neutral to ultra dimensional glam. Babe, you're a stone fox in this 30 pan ultra cool palette. So that's kind of the cool thing about this set, is the Bare Necessities is very warm toned, although there are a couple of cool tone shades in here, and the Stone Cold Fox is almost completely cool toned.
So starting from row 1, we have So Fine, Trip, Luxe, Dreamful, I Dig It, and Mystery. For row 2, we have Stranger, Quarry Days, You Rock, Magnetic Moon, Enigma, and Ghost Town. Row 3, Stone Age, Hard Place, Sediment to Be, Rumor Mill, Baby Doll, and Nice Guy. Row 4, Gravity Hill, Truffles, Bold Type, Caving In, Fascinated, and For Granted. Last row, Play It Cool, Fickle Fate, Cult Clastic, Rock Bottom, Drama Mama, and Obsidian.
This one has the complete opposite problem of the Bare Necessities. The shimmers are beautiful and they show up. There is a lot of fallout though, just like with the other one. I mean, I don't know. And this is my first really like dabbling in Colourpop, so everyone talks about how much they love the Colourpop formula though. So I'm so confused. If this is the normal Colourpop formula, I would not like this. Like, it's so hard. I would just go with something else that's way easier to use. So the shimmers are beautiful. The mattes, when you swatch them, as you saw, they look really pretty. You can see some of the lighter shades don't show up that well in the swatches. It's even worse on your eyes. They just do not show up. They're really hard to blend. They're really hard to get on the lid, but the shimmers are gorgeous. So, I mean, you know, some people do match cool tone and warm toned looks. Here they are side by side. I don't know if you wanted to just use the mattes from this one and the shimmers from this one. I don't know. So final review, I don't think I could recommend either of them because neither of them performs the way that I would like, especially for a $34 palette. I mean, it is not a bad price compared to other eyeshadow palettes, but I'd rather pay more if the palette's actually going to perform the way that I would like it to. So this was really disappointing for me and does not make me want to try any other Colourpop palettes. I do have to say, if I had to choose one to recommend, I would choose the Bare Necessities, just because on a day-to-day basis, you're more likely to use mattes than shimmers. You know, I mean, you could wear it to work, you could wear it if you're going out, you could create, you know, a nighttime look. With so many of the shades in this palette being matte and they don't perform well, I just can't recommend this one. However, I will say, same thing I said about the Bare Necessities palette, is you can create gorgeous looks with this palette. But you have to have a lot of patience and you have to be really willing to work with them. Like, I wanted to throw down my eyeshadow brush while I was doing this look today. I was so annoyed at how long it was taking to get it to look good. So you can get it there, but it's not worth it to me. Just choose a palette that you know is going to blend out really well. So wouldn't recommend either. I think I'm going to keep them both for a while though, just because I can get a pretty look out of them. And especially with this Bare Necessities palette, there are some mattes in here that I don't have in any other palettes. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited that the mattes performed so well. And there's a couple shimmers that are really pretty, like this Genie shade. So this one I'm gonna definitely keep and then keep playing with it. The Stone Cold Fox, I'll probably keep it for a while, but eventually I'll probably declutter it just because it's not my cup of tea. So if you have either or both of these palettes, let me know down below how you like them. Maybe I just got a dud, it's possible, but that they're both duds, maybe they're just both old. I don't know, but I would love to hear your thoughts and how you like to use these, especially with the fallout. The fallout is like crazy. I don't know what you do to combat that. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll subscribe, and I hope that if you're already subscribed, you'll hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I upload new videos, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.